Picture this, a recording studio somewhere far, far away.
Welcome to the fantasy zone. Get ready.
Welcome, Watchers of Illusion, to my castle of confusion once again, yes. And I'm looking at another GBA game today, which is WWF, yes, when they were WWF, Road to WrestleMania X8, which I hope is going to be good. But I'm not holding out much hope, because it's on the Game Boy Advance, and I'm not knocking the console at all. But I'm just going to chuck in some matches on this pay-per-view, and we'll see how we get on, and we will cover all of the criteria we normally cover. If you're a WWE fan, I think you might find this good. I don't know. Once I've set up these matches, we'll have a look and see what you think, and I'd love to know if you've actually played this game before. I've played a couple of the GBA games before, but not this one. I tell you, there was remember WWF Betrayal on the GBC? Yes, that's going back a bit, isn't it? But yeah, Betrayal, that was a fun game. But this is bringing it into the next era of handhelds, really, before the PSP even was conceived or even thought of. So you can see that we've got a nice selection of wrestlers to choose from. It's not a bad roster at all, actually. Bit of a strange one. No Stone Cold Steve Austin or anything, unless he's an unlockable, I don't know. But the most big names in there. So we'll do a three-match thing, and it looks like Hulk Hogan and Triple H are going the distance here, doesn't it? But that's fine. You can see as well there's quite a lot of different match types as well. So we'll go with Lumberjack for the final match and see how we go. You can do hardcore matches, you can do Lumberjack, you can do Royal Rumble. We'll crack on and see how we get on, but I'm pretty sure that 3 matches is going to be enough for me, and it's probably going to be enough for all of you guys as well. So we're starting off with Hogan and Triple H. Do we get intro music? We do. And Triple H walking like RoboCop. Amazing. But my first impressions are quite pretty, actually. The crowd are really good. Animated as well, which is good stuff, with signs from the wrestlers. Now look, there's Hulk Hogan with his atomic hip replacement, and yeah, I mean they do look like they're supposed to, I suppose. I mean, if you've got to imagine this on a little screen, then I think it would be fairly good. I'm playing as Hogan, by the way. So I'm just going to get spine buster. Oh, that's nice. They've put in actual moves from the wrestlers' move sets from the TV. Triple H with hair. That hasn't happened for a while, has it? So, presentation-wise, I think graphically it's actually quite nice. The characters are nice. The colours are not too bad either. I would say probably a criticism would be that they just don't move very well. They're quite stiff in movement, which is a common problem with most wrestling games from the THQ era. Although saying that, you know, some of the best games on the PlayStation came from THQ and Ukes, and unfortunately it's now turned into a right mess in the hands of 2K, but that's beside the point. We're going way too much into the future there. We are sticking to the past, and this was 2002, so it's still quite a long time ago. I love the GBA, and I had lots of games for mine. It was just a perfect little console to take away with you, and they obviously came up with the smaller version as well, the GBA SP, which was a flip screen, which was nice, and that was even more portable than the original GBA, and also had a backlight, which is where the original GBA sort of fell on its backside a bit. But the games were stunning, absolutely stunning. I remember playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, because I used to work at Game many years ago. You UK enthusiasts out there, you American guys, you probably know it as Electronics Boutique. But yeah, so I worked there and we had the GBAs in stock then, and I was able to go on the shop floor and demo it for customers, and it was a massive hit actually. It was really, really good. Made a lot of sales on that particular console, and you can see why. I mean, you've got a console you can just pop in your pocket, and Hogan just help by dropping nothing there, because that's how he rolls. And it was, it's still to this day, if you've got a Game Boy Advance or even a Game Boy Color, it's one of those consoles that just, it has survived the tests of time. The games are just as good as the day you put them in the console all those years ago. But I'm going to move on, because, so graphics, not bad. Sound-wise, you've got a nice bumping soundtrack there, and you've got all the sort of grunts and groans and thuds as they hit the mat, which is nice. Quite like that. That's nice, because it does come up with a sort of a genuinity to the wrestling environment that you're in. Now, controls are interesting. So you basically got your up, down, left, right, so you can walk around the ring, and then you've got sort of punch or kick, and then you've got grapple, run, and that's about it. So the left and right shoulder buttons, one of them is run, and I think the other one is to break. We're going to do a pile driver. There you go. The other shoulder button is to stop yourself from grappling, I think. Anyway, so there's the atomic leg drop from Hulk Hogan. Oh my god, that was going on 3, and it was a 2 and a bit. You can see that wrestlers actually visibly get tired as well, which is another nice little feature of this. They didn't have to put that in. Triple H looks incredibly knackered, doesn't he? Hulk Hogan very, very unsteady on his feet up there, but he looks a bit tired. So I think the fatigue system's quite nice. Now you can run in this game by holding down the right shoulder button, and you can combine that with an attack, and you can do like a sort of a DDT on this one. But there are different ones. I think Triple H does some sort of spear type attack. You can obviously go in and out of the ring as well by holding down the B button next to the ropes, and then pushing against the ropes will get you out of the ring. There's cage matches and all sorts of stuff as well, so there's an extra set of controls for that. But it's really easy to pick up and play, and that's another plus for this game, is that it really does, you can set the difficulty to whatever you want it to. To learn the ropes, I do recommend, excuse the pun, to put it on easy and give it a good go. Now, the other thing about this game is if your friend has got a GBA and this game as well, you can multiplayer with it. You can team up with each other in a tag team environment and go about your business, which is quite nice, because wrestling's always more fun with friends. So it's nice you get the little intros. You can just skip them. It's a shame they didn't give you a chance to skip individual ones, but here comes The Undertaker in his American Badass, or was it Big Evil, wasn't it? Persona here. But they do look like who they're supposed to look like, which is, that's an achievement. I like that. Yes. Now, the one thing I will say is the collision detection can be a little bit wonky at times. It will, like if you're doing a running attack, sometimes you'll sort of go past them and hit them randomly. So here we are with Kane and Triple H versus Hulk Hogan and The Undertaker. Hulk Hogan and Triple H are probably going to be absolutely knackered, because this is their second match in the Royal Rumble. So there we go. There you go. You can see the foot made no connection there at all. It went straight past his head. So there's just little niggles like that, really, but it's overall not too bad. Now, when you grab hold of your opponent, this is where the collision detection gets really sort of temperamental. Sometimes you'll grab them, and other times you won't. Sometimes you'll... And the other criticism I've got is you don't seem to turn around overly quickly. So sometimes you've got your back to your opponent and they'll grab hold of you just because you couldn't get out of the way in time. So it's kind of... yeah, there's a few minuses as well, And it's a bit... well, it reminds me of the WWF games on the Super Nintendo, if I'm quite honest with you. A very, very similar style of gameplay, but without the button bashing element, which is kind of nice, because that was just horrible. And even Kane's had enough. Look, just face planted. Hogan's looking absolutely knackered. Let's get it's got knocked over the ropes. So you can go outside the ring, you can fight outside the ring, etc., etc. So that's quite nice as well. Gives a bit more of the WWF feel. to the game, which is great. And if you need to tag your partner in, you walk over to the ropes and press towards your partner and the L shoulder button, and you'll tag your guy in. Now, Triple H is going to do a pile driver. Fantastic. Now, he already looks tired. That's quite weird. He's only done one move. But there we are. Kane is bopping away there on the ring apron because he can. So I guess, you know, sound-wise, graphic-wise, good stuff. Control-wise, it has its moments of frustration, and yes. Now, to perform an attack, when you grab hold of your opponent, you basically then attack with the B button if you want to hit them, or you can do like I'm doing now, press the A button in a different direction on the D-pad, and you'll perform a different technique. So that was a suplex there. I can do a spear when I'm running, that sort of thing. You can grab hold of them when you're running as well. Triple H has now got his special bar flashing. When that's flashing, you can grab hold of them and press A and B together, and you'll perform your signature finisher, which is quite nice. So they've put a lot of thought into it in that respect as well. So you do get to do your superstars finisher. Kane is such a badass, he took both of them out in one hit. Then he was nice, he helped the elderly gentleman up, and then elbow dropped the Undertaker. So there you go. So let's see if I can pull off the pedigree. Oh, no, he doesn't want me to do that. So yeah, again, there you go. There's an instance of not turning around. It's a little bit of input lag at times, but again, am I nitpicking, or does it really make a difference? Sometimes it can really make the difference between a win and a loss. But there we are. Now, playability, it's not too bad. It's a little bit slow, but you know, the GBA did what it did and does what it does, so you can't really criticise it too much for that. But it's a slow-paced game, but it is enjoyable, and I think that's probably the main thing for me, is that, but I'm not sure about how much you'd come back to it. I think, you know, maybe it's one of those games you slam on your console when you've had a bad day and you just want to take it out on someone. Pedigree time, there we go, nice. So we can now pin Taker, or I can run backwards and forwards like a headless chicken. And I'm going to, well, let's tag Kane in and see if we can get a choke slam. Undergo. That's twice that they've done that to me now. Age range, pretty much any, to be fair. I mean, you know, the good thing with the Game Boy Advance was it was a universal console, very, very easy to get to grips with. Again, excuse the pun, because being handheld, la la la. But yeah, I don't know. I would say probably about 5+, if I'm going to be honest. It's one of those games that you could pick up and play quite easily. It's got a nice learning curve to it. There's no real story to it. Obviously, you just get in the ring and pound people, pin them, and then that's done. Kane now has his special ability flashing, so let's give it a go. Let's see if we can chokeslam the Hulkster. So, oh, here we go. Nice. Yeah. I like that. I like the fact they've got their finishing moves, and they are the correct ones as well, which is nice. It really is. Triple H and Undertaker staring at each other. Kane, oh, check it out, bopping away to the music. Triple H and Undertaker having a dance off, weirdly. So we'll finish off with this match here with The Rock versus Triple H. Triple H must be absolutely shattered. He's been in every match so far, but and he looks tired coming to the ring. So I don't know if that actually makes a difference or not. It'd be interesting to know. But if you're into the sort of the unlockables and that, there's Bubba Ray Dudley in the bottom and RVD in the top. For a lumberjack match, they must have had most people call in sick that day, because normally there's about 8 of them surrounding the ring on both sides. There's 1 each here, so that's quite interesting. So I'm going to be playing as The Rock in this match. It's nice they've got the sound samples from the theme tunes as well, and the Game Boy does a fairly good job at representing the theme tunes as well, and that's a brave move. I mean, the SNES on the WWF games, Royal Rumble and Raw, were okay, but they didn't really put the effort in to bring them up to date. But this game has all the current for its time, all of the theme tunes in place, which is great. So I think if you're a WWF fan, you are going to probably enjoy this. Like I said, the minor niggles are literally, it's a bit slow, graphics are meh, but they'll do. You know, you can tell who you're playing as, which is nice. They do have that sort of digitized feel to them, which is Quite a nice effort there. And Spinebuster from Triple H says, good night, Rock. But yes, I think you're going to enjoy this more if you're a wrestling fan. Obviously, I love the wrestling genre, or at least I used to. Come here, Bubba Ray. Yeah, I'm just not sure if I would have come back to this game or not. It's very limited in what it can do, and once you've seen, one moveset, you've pretty much seen them all. So that's a bit of a problem with that. Anyway, that's about it from me today, and I will be back very soon with a brand new review. Hope you've enjoyed this. I'm going to do another GBA one at the end of the week to finish off the week of GBA. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you've got any suggestions, let me know, and I will do my best to do it for you. Anyway, that's it from me. You keep it retro, you lovely, lovely people, and I'll catch you again real soon. Until then, it's bye for now.